So welcome back. My camera had a problem and the session ended abruptly without finishing. So in this video we are going to continue where we left. The other session ended. I would have desired that we have just one video for the whole chapter, but then there was a problem. My camera young when I was at 30. So we are going to continue where we left, and we were discussing on functions of a supervisor. And we said number one is planning and organization. Number two is planning for provision of working conditions. We talked about leadership and guidance. We talked about motivation. We talked about controlling. We talked about being the link between the management and the employees. And also we talked about handling grievances and then reporting to the organization, reporting things that are happening in the branch. He reports what is happening to the management. Now, he also involves discipline. Now, what are the types of supervisors? Types of supervisors we have. And here when we talk about types of supervisors, probably we have autocratic supervision. We have democratic or participative supervision. And then we have what we call rises fire. Now, when we talk about autocratic, is whereby the supervisor doesn't listen to anyone else. He makes decisions based on his opinions. He doesn't listen. He makes decisions alone. Is having total authority over everyone. Autocratic. His decisions are final. His word is final. You can't question it. It is final. He has made a decision that is final. That is what we are talking about, autocratic supervision. The next one is what we are calling democratic or participative. You get opinions of the employees that you are supervising. They can give opinions, they can advise, they can question. It is a participative process. Before you make any decision, probably you will seek for the views of the people that you are supervising. What do you think about this? Supposing we do this, what will be the impact? Supposing we do this, how do you feel? Is this the correct way? You participate. You ask. It is a democratic whereby it's based on the opinions of the other people. The other one is laissez faire. And this is whereby the supervisor gives a leeway. The supervisor gives a leeway to his subordinates to do what they want, to do what they think is the best. Now, all these methods are methods of supervision, and each one has its own benefits, probably depending on the nature. Now, when we are talking about autocratic happens whereby the employees are unskilled. Where you are supervising employees who are unskilled, that is where autocratic really happens. When you are engaged in a very critical aspect whereby one mistake can cause the organization, then definitely that autocratic supervision beats there. Now look at this. In a military, in a war, whereby we have a commander, a military commander. That is autocratic leadership. Because a mistake by just one soldier can cost the whole army, can cost the country. So that is where autocratic leadership is required. Autocratic supervision is required. In democratic is whereby you are supervising fairly skilled people, whereby people are skilled, where people are knowledgeable on the work they are doing, where people probably they can give their personal experiences, they can come up with very good ideas, very good opinions, very good views. Now when it comes to raise a virus, whereby responsibility, you are dealing with highly skilled people. They are highly motivated people. So under that proposition, they are able to work on their own because they know what is best for the organization, they know what is best for the department. They are highly motivated, they are highly skilled, they are highly paid. They are working for the good of the organization. That is now where laissez-faire is used. Now, according to the course outline, we are supposed to discuss on job-oriented supervisors. And when you are talking about job-oriented, we are simply talking about job or work-oriented supervisors. Remember, autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire was just by the way. I thought it is very good for us to understand the issues about that. Autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. Now, when we are talking about job or work-oriented supervisors, is whereby supervisors are only interested on the tasks. They are only interested on the duties being accomplished. They are only interested on the work being done. They don't. They don't worry. Awangali the relationships, how the work is being done. They are not concerned on how to achieve, on how to ensure that the tasks are being done, on how to ensure that the duties are being done. They are not interested on the means. They are only purposed on the duty being accomplished. They are only purposed on the task being worked. They are only they are only interested in ensuring that the targets are met, the goals are met. That is a work-oriented supervisors. And these are things that you will find especially in manufacturing industries, whereby we have unskilled workers. And here we will find there is ordering, there is shouting to the subordinates. Because you are not interested in people-oriented supervisors. You are not interested in relationships between your subordinates. You are interested on the work being accomplished. The end justifies the means. All other things may come, but let us do the work. Let us accomplish the work. You are only interested on the task being accomplished. No other thing else. No other thing else. All the things you are only interested in ensuring that the work is done. Now, task-oriented management is focused on what? Completing the project at work, at hand. So here, complete tasks or projects at hand. Efficient, effective goal setting and clear path. And clear path of achieving the goal. And these are things you will find especially in the industrial area, whereby workers are given targets. You go to EPZ, where those clauses are being made. You are supposed to, probably, you are unashonea vifungo ama buttons. You are the one sewing the buttons. You are supposed to sew 1,000 buttons. That is the target per day. Either if it means for you not to go for lunch in order to ensure that you are able to sew 1,000 buttons, that is what is going to happen. If the supervisor requires to stand at your desk to ensure that you have no 5 minutes relaxation, then that is what he is going to do. Because we are interested in what? On completing the project at hand. We are interested on the target. If you're working on a building and they are laying the slab, you see when they are laying the slab is not split. It has to be done within a day. If it means working up to midnight, then that is what is going to happen. Because we are trying to accomplish the project at hand. We are trying to achieve the goal that we have set. The other thing is schedules and timelines. Working within a day, doing this within a week, accomplishing this within 2 weeks. By 12 noon, this report must be ready. Timelines. Structure, roles, and goals. Structure, roles, and rules. What is the structure? Is the structure effective? Rules. What are the roles of each person? What are the goals of each person? Then lastly, producing the end result. You can imagine now, there was no mention of an employee. There was no mention of a relationship between the supervisor and the subordinates. Because we are interested in what? On task. All other things are secondary. We are interested on what? On the task. We are interested on the task. We are interested on the task, qualities, and step-by-step planning. We have talked about planning. Constantly defining structure and goals. You constantly ensure you define, you restructure always now and then. You see an organization whereby it is restructuring every now and then. It is planning every now and then. It is not interested in the people. Then know that is a what? A job-oriented or a work-oriented supervisor or supervision. Prioritizing achievement of specified outcomes, whereby we are specifying, prioritizing achievement. You are sick, we are not interested. Who is going to do your work? If there is nobody who can stand in for you, then you will need to come. Otherwise, we are going to sack you. And these are things which happen in those manufacturing industries. You go to industrial area, watu ni wangonjwa lakini bado wanafanya kazi. Kwa sababu they are more interested in what? In the work. You want to go for an off duty, get somebody to come and replace you on that day. Somebody has not, you are working in shift, your colleague has not come, then you will still need to do 24 hours. Because that place, lazima ichungwe. Somebody must be there at the gate. Prioritizing achievements. Sinking to rigid schedules. I've talked about that. Schedules. Come at 8, leave at 5. Whether there is a curfew or not. Whether it is raining or it is sunny. You have to ensure that by 5 you are there. Have you seen any bank that has not been opened at 9? Have you seen any bank that has not opened at 9? Anyway, what are the pros and cons of task-oriented? It helps. The pros, the advantages of task-oriented is that it enables the organization to achieve its goals. It ensures that work is done. That is correct. There's no way an organization will fail to achieve its goals because it is work-oriented supervision. Now, what are the negatives? The negative is that there is lack of motivation. Disadvantages, there is lack of motivation. When employees have a rigid schedule, how can they be motivated? If the organization, the supervisor is not interested in what they do, in how the relationship, then definitely they will be demotivated. Definitely they will be demotivated. There is lack of creativity. You can't give employees, because of the schedules, you can't give employees the leeway to come up with new ways of doing things. Employees cannot come up with incentives to complete the work within a very short period of time. They are not able to come within Another advantage is that it ensures that high standards of performance are there, high standards of optimal efficiency are there. Now, qualities of a good supervisor. Last topic. Qualities of a good supervisor. Qualities of a good supervisor: excellent communication. A supervisor needs to communicate to his subordinates, to communicate the duties and responsibilities, the expectations of the organization. That can only happen through effective communication. So you must have good communication skills for you to be a supervisor. Can you communicate to people? If you can't, then you are not able to become a good supervisor. You can't become a good supervisor without excellent communication skills. Are you good in conflict? Are you good in conflict resolutions? Then you are a good supervisor. Workers will always quarrel. There will be disagreements among workers, among your subordinates. Can you listen and identify where the problem is and solve it? If the answer is affirmative, then you are a good supervisor. Conflict will always come in. Another thing is strong leadership. You are in charge of the department. All the people are looking to you. Are you showing leadership? Leadership is probably motivating, inspiring, showing direction. Do you have those qualities? Are you able to do that? Are you able to look at the bigger picture without compromising the small details? Are you able to inspire the people working under you? Strong leadership. Are you a critical thinker? If this happens, what will happen in the organization? Are you a critical thinker? Because you are thinking on behalf of the organization. You are thinking on behalf of the department. You are thinking on behalf of the section. Are you a critical thinker? At this time of COVID, are you able to think through and come up with practical solutions to solve the problems that the department is undergoing, the section is undergoing? Are you a good time manager? Are you a good time manager? Because there's no way you can be telling people to be at work at 8, yet you always come at 8:30. Are you good in prioritizing what needs to be done and what can wait? Are you good at that? Because definitely that is where the critical is. Because it will reach a point that probably 2 employees do not show up. They are admitted in the hospital. Which desks must be manned? Resources might find there's a loophole. Not a loophole, but a gap. The resources are not enough. Are you able to prioritize? Are you able to solve problems? The computer is not working. The Wi-Fi is not working. Customers are waiting. That is a problem. Are you able to solve that problem? Because for you to become a good supervisor, you must have critical problem-solving skills. Problem-solving skills. Are you able to lead from the front? Are you able to lead from the front? Are you able to develop staff? Because that is another critical issue. Critical point of staff development. Are you able to identify you identify the talented employees, you identify the strength of each employee and develop them to become better in their strengths? That is very critical in supervision. Are you able to, do you have interpersonal skills? Do you have interpersonal skills? Because they are very critical in supervision. You have to know how to relate with employees. All right. Openness, willingness to learn, and openness to advice. Are you able to always? Do you have an open door policy? You are supposed to listen from different views. Remember when you were talking about autocratic and democratic? Ensure that you listen to different views. Are you open for advice? Can people advise you? Do you have a listening ear? Are you willing to learn? And definitely you'll go places. Definitely you'll go places. So that is all about directing. That is all about directing. Remember, we had a problem in the middle of the video whereby we planned to have just one video, but then you found that my camera iliang na singeweza kumaliza, so I had to cut it short. I'll see whether I will be able to combine it. If I don't be able to combine it, then there will be two videos for directing 1 and directing 2. There will be directing 1 and directing 2. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Want to remind you, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel. You just need to click at the subscription button there below, and then you will be able to get more of these videos. I will also like you probably to like the video. You can comment, and I will be grateful to reply to your comments. Otherwise, thank you for watching. See you in the next video of Coordination Chapter 7. Thank you.